I don't know what I'm doing. I'm being completely honest. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, what's up? So today is June 11th. Um, I haven't recapped Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or today. Um, it's been a good week. Uh, I'll get into depth about it, but um, the reason I haven't been uploading is because I've been busy. I've been busy with a lot of stuff. So I think for now it's gonna be this week at least. This week and next week it's gonna be just weekly recaps, and then after that it's gonna be daily, just live trading and stuff like that. So yeah. Um. Okay. Let's start with Monday. Yeah, because I recapped June 5th. Okay. Monday, June 8th. This was June 8th. Um. Trading views being weird, but this right here, this was that dump day, and um yeah, the AMD. If you remember from the other um video, it basically dumped all the way down to about right here, and on Monday it had like two fair value gaps. It inversed one, and then it had a fair value gap above and another fair value gap 4 hour all the way at the top. So my bias was also bearish. Um, so I was looking for shorts today. I mean Monday, and I did get a short on market open. So market opened right here, 9:29, 9:30. Um, and this is where I got to work. I marked out sell side liquidity. It did go up, and actually right here, I was actually like I was looking for it to enter into the fair value gap before dumping, and it didn't. And this is a 5 minute order block, rejection block. I mean, that I found. Um, so I got sell side liquidity sweep, made a 5 minute rejection block, dumped. Let me get this. This is not buy side liquidity. Oh, this is buy side liquidity. I think I was looking at the 3 minute. All right, buy side liquidity sweep, made a 3 minute fair value gap right here. Market structure shift, and about right here, I was going to enter off of right here, and I don't think I did that. I don't think I did it. Wait a second. Um, I sorry. My my memory's messed up. Hold up. I'm trying to remember what I did here. I don't know why I entered off of this. Cause it was a market structure shift right here. So I don't know why I didn't enter. Cause it did tap into that fair value gap too, and then dumped. So I don't know why I didn't enter. Um, I think I was waiting for it to enter into this fair value gap, not this one, because I knew it was gonna inverse this fair value gap. I was waiting for it to enter this inverse fair value gap, and it actually inversed that and went up. So at this point, I was like, I'm not entering. And then, the rejection block, I was going to see if it's going to respect the rejection block. It did, came back down. And right here, I was looking for just a fair value gap to enter off of because all my criteria was actually met right here. Well, you could also say this is a market structure shift right here because it kind of inversed this fair value gap. So, yeah, that's what I did. And then I entered off of it while the candle was actually dumping. Like it was dumping fast. It jumped up and down between right here. So I just entered right here when, like, I set a limit, and when it tapped into it, I just entered. And then, yeah, it just dumped. It dumped, and I hit TP around right here. Yeah, I was actually targeting this inverse fair value gap. I want it to tap into this before going up. So, and it was like 30 points away. So I entered off short. Yeah, so I hit TP. I would have hit TP anyways if I didn't hit it over here. And yeah, and then after this, I just started looking for longs because it tapped into the inverse fair value gap. So, and there was I think 15-minute rejection block right here below it. So, I just waited honestly. So I was marking stuff out. Hold on. It sweep liquidity with this dump. Sweep sell side liquidity right here. Made a rejection block. Came up really fast. Sweep buy side liquidity. Came up. And right here, the reason I didn't enter off of this is because there was a fair value gap right here. And it was kind of respecting it. It did inverse it, but even then, I was spectacle. So I didn't enter. It was kind of consolidating in the 4-hour fair value gap. So anyways, I waited until later where it kind of met my criteria and then came up, and there was no fair value gaps being made right here, so I didn't enter. And then it dumped and then inversed the fair value gap, and it made a perfect entry for me. I entered and I hit TP, and then this is where it hit the bearish fair value gap up here and dumped. So I realistically could have taken a third trade because I knew it was going to dump anyways. But I didn't. Like, if I were to take a third trade, I mean, easy. I would have been like, okay, sell side. You gotta make sure these lines are straight. Okay. Sell side. This would also either be a 5-minute rejection block or a 15-minute. Oh no. But this right here is a rejection block. I can just tell because if I go on the higher time frame, I can show you, but I can't because yeah. And then sweep sell side right here, sweeped buy side right here, came down, came down, made a fair value gap right here. This would have been our market structure shift, by the way. This would have been our market structure shift right here. Whoops. Market structure shift, fair value gap. Just wait for it to enter. Once it enters, it still want to hit our what's it called? I still want to hit our stop loss, and there's a bunch of resistance at the top. So rejection block, 4-hour bearish fair value gap already tapped into. Could have came back up and tapped into it before dumping, and then you would hit TP. So I could have realistically taken a third trade, but I didn't. Sticking to rules, you know. The fuck is? Okay, there we go. Okay, that was Monday. It was pretty clear, like in terms of where price was gonna go. I mean, you had resistance down here, resistance down up there. My setup showed up twice, one for short to downside and one top. So it was pretty easy to read. That's my main point. So that was Monday. We won 600 altogether with both trades. Yeah. Now moving on to Tuesday. This is this was something else. I'm gonna be honest. Um, yeah, I've been seeing a bunch of people do this LR stuff, low resistance liquidity run. That's what it is, and this is perfect. This is a perfect example. So, anyways, that was that. I think I did this wrong. I'm supposed to mark out the lows, not the highs, when I'm going short. But whatever. It still worked out. So, sweeped liquidity from all the way over here. On market open, it started running up, and I was actually looking for shorts here because number one, the LR, and number two, there's another. It didn't fully tap into this fair value gap, so I just waited for it to go and tap into the 4 hour. And also everything was bearish for my biases. I was watching the news, and it was gonna dump anyways. So anyways, um, we got a liquidity sweep right here, and then we started just jumping up. And when you see something like this, where it's like running up like this, um, this is like a 60%. Like, this is a sign that 60% of the time it's gonna clear all the fair value gaps right here. Like, it's gonna inverse everything because it's so low resistance. Like, it's just running up. But yeah, and also you get all these blue boxes are fair value gaps, like 3 minute and 1 minute fair value gaps. Um. So anyways, it got up here, and I just waited. It tapped into the fair value gap over here, but I also, like, it broke the LR. So at some point it was gonna dump. Um. Yeah, I just waited for it to make a rejection block or to see my setup, and I saw my setup right here. So we sweep buy side liquidity, made a rejection block, came down, sweeped sell side liquidity, made a fair value gap right here, tapped into the fair value gap, started dumping, inversed. I think there's a fair value gap here that it inversed. No, this is like a 3 minute fair value gap to downside right here. Inversed. I was waiting for it to inverse this 3 minute fair value gap, bullish fair value gap, and then I was like, okay, if it inverses it, that 3 minute fair value gap, then I'm gonna enter. So it did that, made a new fair value gap. Before it made a new fair value gap, I kind of just entered off of the fact that it inversed it, because I was like, okay, it's just gonna tap back into it and then just dump. Um, it's already showing high momentum to the downside, anyways. So yeah, and even if it does go back up, there's like a bunch of safety nets above for my stop loss. So it just dumped, and I kind of missed out. Like, I should, whoops, I should have been targeting this right here. Oh, not to mention that it also swept the 4 hour previous high, so it was bound to target back down to either the equilibrium or the 4 hour previous low. So once it's in this range, if it doesn't, like, whoops, yo, what am I doing? if it doesn't respect any of these fair value gaps above this range, above the previous high, most likely it's gonna dump. So yeah, that's what it did. And I forgot how far it actually dumped. I was actually looking for a long at the end. I was gonna see if it would respect this if it would let me if it would show a reversal, which it did kinda, but this is not a 20-point reversal. Um like I could have entered off of this, but after seeing all of this, I'm just like, there's so much resistance up here. So even if it goes up, it's a risky play. So I didn't do anything for that. But that was Tuesday. Um, another win, another win, and now we get to closer to. This was yesterday, Wednesday. So what do we do? I don't have the 4-hour previous low and previous high marked for Wednesday because of my trade today. So anyways, um I marked out a 4-hour fair value gap to the downside. There was no resistance to the downside either, so that's that. On market open, sweep liquidity right here. I was looking for shorts anyways, because we had bearish news all week. We've had bearish news all week. My biases have been bearish all week, and yeah, that's that. So, and also like, I'm pretty sure it was closer to. I can remember. Hold up, I can find the 5-hour. 4-hour previous highs and previous lows. Um, so the 4-hour previous high was around right here. This was the 4-hour previous high, and this was the 4-hour previous low. So it was closer to sweeping the 4-hour previous high, and usually that's my signal for looking for shorts. Because if it's closer to sweeping previous highs, um, it's most likely gonna dump. Now, if this was closer to previous lows, I would have been looking for longs. Like if this was over here on market open, I would have been looking for longs, and then I would have probably, yeah, caught a long. So, anyways, um, on market open, swept liquidity right here, swept the pre liquidity. I was waiting for it anyways to tap into this fair value gap because it was actually um running up. Made a bunch of fair value gaps. I just had them marked to show like if it would inverse any of them, if it didn't want to go up and tap into that price before coming down. So anyways, I respected all of it. Kept going up, and in the process of this, I was marking out like buy side liquidity and sell side liquidity and market structure shift. Like I was doing this right here for all of these until it fit my criteria. And up here it did. I think I marked this out on 3-minute or the 1-minute, I don't know. But came down, made equal highs right here when it tapped into it. Sweep buy side liquidity, came down, sweep sell side liquidity. Didn't made a fair value gap right here, but I didn't want to enter off of that. I wanted like clear signal because it only tapped up like a little into this. Uh, you can never tell if it wants to go to the midsection of the fair value gap or not. So I just waited, and there was also a fair value gap right here. So it didn't inverse that. So I was just waiting, and then it started dumping, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna need strong like market structure shifts, and I didn't enter off of this because it didn't actually make a fair value gap at all. And it did right here. I had my market structure shift because this was such a weak fair value gap. I was like, okay, if it inverses this market structure shift and makes a fair value gap, then I'll enter. It didn't do that. It pumped back up, made a fair value gap. So I was like, okay, it's gonna dump. It's gonna dump after entering. a little more into this fair value gap and catching orders. Um, yeah, so went up about right here. I was like, okay, it's going to just sweep this again, the equal highs, and then make a buy side liquidity and make my setup. It didn't do that. Came back down, make it a fair value gap. I was like, okay. It tapped into this fair value gap. I was like, okay, my market structure shift is going to be that fair value gap, because if it inverses it, then I'm entering it 100%. Came down, made another fair value gap. I was like, okay, is it gonna inverse this fair value gap? Which it did. So I didn't enter. I was like, it might inverse this too. Came up, and as I had it on the what's it called 0.5 on this fair value gap, and I had it leveled right there, and it entered. I was like, okay, even if it does inverse this, it might go up and kind of chop up near my stop loss before dumping. It just dumped, and I hit TP in like 5 seconds. I remember I was watching this. I didn't expect it to actually dump that fast. But anyways, yeah, that was Wednesday, yesterday, and yeah, that I didn't look for long after this, because I was like, from yesterday and the other yesterday, like every time it's dumped, it's like kept going. It wouldn't show me a reversal. So that's that. Now we get to today. This is today. This was I got 2 trades in. I caught a reversal and I got a, yeah. I think these are risky though. I think I did some risky stuff down here. This was a risky day, if I'm being honest. Anyways, marked out for our high, for our low. Equilibrium. We didn't have any fair value gaps up here or down here. Oh, we did. We had a bullish fair value gap down here. So I didn't really enter off of like, okay, draws on liquidity up into this 4-hour fair value gap or 1-hour fair value gap. There was nothing. So I kind of just went off of my biases and which one was closer to sweeping. So as I told you before, it was closer to sweeping the 4-hour low. So I just waited, sweeped liquidity for 4-hour. The bullish fair value gap was actually down here. So I was actually like, I was wondering, will it go down and tap into that before going up or not? So anyways, it swept liquidity, came down, made my setup sweep sell side, went up by sweep buy side, and I had my BOS on this fair value gap as I was waiting. It was around right here, and it was chopping up a little. And as it came down here, I was like, okay, it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down to here and tap into that before shooting up. But it didn't do that. It actually made a 15-minute rejection block or a 5-minute. I don't know which one I looked at. I should really mark it with times. I think there's a 5-minute or 15-minute rejection block that it made. I saw this about like up here. I saw the rejection block about up here. So yeah, and it also broke structure. This would be a more cleaner line of breaking structure, but I had it on the fair value gap because I was trying to enter off of it, and I didn't, because in class I didn't have this open. The teacher was on my ass, so I kind of missed it. I kind of got back on the chart around right here. But 100% I would have entered around right here when it closed. Like I would have probably entered right here on the 0.3, which I did actually. I forgot, and I entered, went up, hit TP. This was also news. I'm pretty sure this was news today. But anyways, it hit my TP, and as I hit my TP, I kind of waited for my setup for a short. I was like, this looks like a good setup for my short. It's gonna go clear this 4-hour previous high, and then dump back down, which it did not. It didn't even go up and made equal highs. It actually didn't make equal highs. I'm an idiot. In the moment, I looked at this as equal highs, but it actually swept liquidity right here. So this would be buy side liquidity sweep. But I was watching right here. That's why you can see this was my buy side liquidity sweep, and then came down sell side, swept sell side, came back, kept coming down, and this was right here. A 3 minute fair value gap right here. You can see it. I marked it out, so I had my market structure shift right there in case I wanted to inverse it, which it did inverse. But then it tapped into this fair value gap, and the reason I didn't enter off of here is because of this fair value gap. So I waited, and it went up, made a rejection block right here. 5 minute. This is a 5 minute rejection block. I was watching, and as I made this, like this structure right here, um, I waited. I waited, if I'm being honest, because it did also it did also inverse this fair value gap, this 3 minute fair value gap, and it hit this fair value gap. So as it came back up, I was like, okay, it's gonna retrace, and I entered off of this 0.5, 0.6 into the fair value gap, and it actually shot up and edged my stop loss. I actually moved my stop loss a little for the second trade. So this is the first time in 23 days that I've adjusted my risk to reward ratio. So it was a 1.4 risk to reward. I've never done this. Like, I've kept it at 2, but it's turned to a 1.4. This is the only time. I've never done this. So that's that. And the only reason I did it is because it was like jumping around right here, and I was like, it might not even respect this rejection block. My stop loss was around right here, and I moved it back up like two 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 RR was about like right here, somewhere around here. So it would have actually hit my stop loss before dumping. So I kind of moved it up to the 4 hour, and that was full emotion. That was emotions. That was like, bro, my setup is so clean right now. I can sacrifice changing my RR for this trade. At least it's fine. And I did it. And I got TP right here. And it kept dumping, by the way. It actually did reach the 4 hour bullish fair value gap. And then what did it do? Did it go up? Yeah, bro, what the fuck? So we'll see tomorrow. I actually want to check right here what's going on. We're on a downtrend right now. All-time highs is up here. We're on a downtrend. So I'm probably gonna look for shorts tomorrow. I'm either gonna look for shorts or I'm gonna look for It honestly depends. It only depends, but I'm more keen on looking for shorts. I'm always looking for shorts. Like, let's check my trading log, updated trading log. So that's my stats right now. 21 wins, 6 losses, 2 break evens, and 1 trade that I didn't take, and that's my approximate win rate. So where is June 8th? Okay, this is June 8th. So the 1,600, that was my end of the day. And I shorted that. I shorted first before I longed. Short again, short again, short again. So you can see how much times I short, bro. It's also like in this market right now, going against like longs is actually way more easier than going just long, because you never know, bro. The big guy upstairs could tweet something and you'd be stopped out. So I like going shorts, but yeah. Longs work too, but longs only work when I see my setup like actually work. Like I'm going off shorts like this. Like it doesn't have to. It can be like 85% my setup, like accurate, and I'll just take it. It could be a B plus setup, and I'll take the short because I know like in this market, if it's going short, it's going short. Like it's not doing some bullshit. So, anyways, June 8th, the 1/600. This was Tuesday, 1/300, and I shorted that too. You can see the screenshots. Short, 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 short. So 1/300. This was Wednesday. This was yesterday. 300, and this is today. I won 300, and yeah. So basically, I made what 600, 7, 1.8k this week. I'm up 1.8k, and I'm on a what win streak? I'm on a. Last week was actually shit. I just realized last week was shit. Break even loss, break even loss, loss. Like today, this week I'm on a win streak. I'm on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm on an 8 win streak right now in terms of trades. But if we're counting days, I'm on a 5 win streak. Yeah. So I'm up 1.8k in the week. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yo, if I put this into Claude, what is it gonna? Did I delete it? See. Alright, let me put this into Claude. Let's see what type of thing it makes. It actually didn't make me thing. Yeah, last time I checked, I was at 4,000. So, bro, that's why I like Claude. Like, look at this. So in total, I have 30 trades, and in 30 trades, I've done what? I'm plus 5k. So that's a lot, bro. My average RR is supposed to be 2. It's because of today. I changed it from a 2 to a 1.4 because my emotions took over, and I still would have been stopped out, and this actually would out have lost. But um, bro, it's a 1.97. All right, this is the curve. Wow. So I started around May, April, went up, went up, boom, 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 boom. It's just been ups, ups. Yo, I'm about to get this account to 60k. Like if this was an actual evaluation account and I actually got funded, I could have requested like a 2k payout. I'm not joking. So, anyways, P and L per trade. This was at the start. I got 80, and then after that, 300, 300, 300, 300, 105, 150, 228. 150, 300, 300. This is what consistency looks like. Look at this. 300, 300, 300, 300, 300, 300. Like, I missed a bunch of money, but I still got paid. 300, 300, 300, 300, 300, 300. And then I'm only losing 150. So, outcome breakdown. Two break evens. Okay. One skipped. Okay. Wins 21. Losses 6. Wow. Direction bias. Longs 11. Shorts 12. Oh, it's pretty equal. In terms of wins, it's pretty equal. Like, I thought it was way different. Okay. Um hmm. And then for my losses, I lost one long compared to 5. Well, it's because I take more shorts, but and then break evens, one long, one long. Okay. Cumulative profit over time. It's just up. Wow. Why is it so straight over here? Bro. I actually did take a 1 week break after my worst week. Like I couldn't trade. I was like, bro, I'm gonna take a break. I'm not doing this. So I took a 1 week break and then I came back and it's been up ever since. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. This is nice. Wow. I'm actually insane. I'm looking at this. This is like potential. This is potential. I am getting my evaluation account this August. Um and once I get my evaluation account, we're gonna see how well I do. Cause this is on live market. Like, if I'm doing well on live market like this, in such a volatile market, and I'm consistently like, you know, hitting longs and hitting shorts, then I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Up 5K. Like I got the account from 50K to 55K. It's about to be 56. Like tomorrow, if I win, my trades, I might take two. I might take one. This will be at 6K by tomorrow. It doesn't matter. Like even if I take one or two, this will be at 6K unless I lose. But even then, on Monday, if I take my trades and win, it's still gonna be 6K because I'm only losing 150. Like what's 150 when I'm winning 300? Um, Look at the consistency though. This right here, this shows consistency. This is how you're supposed to be. Not jagged. Like the only time that I actually like this $80 win, this was because I didn't understand how MES contracts worked. I forgot I could choose 3 contracts. So I was risking $80. I was risking 40 to make 80. But then I was like, wait a second. What about contracts? Like how many can I have? And how much will work for the eval account? And I landed on three contracts. So that's 150 micro contracts. Um and then 2-to-1 ratio, or 2 RR, and boom. Every time I lose 150, if I the reason I like my model is I could take 2 trades and still be positive throughout the day. Like That is saying if I win my first one. If I don't win my first one, I'm not positive. But I could be, but it's a low chance. I think I explained this last video. Um, I'm risking $150 to make 300. That's one trade. Like, okay, let's say I win that trade. The next one, if I lose, I'm only losing 150. So I'm technically still making 150 back, even if I lost. I'll still have 150. So I'll still be green on day. It's just I'll lose 150, and that hasn't happened at all. Like I haven't lost two trades up till this date. I've only been winning my double trades at least. So yeah. This max drawdown on the actual Apex account, it's a trailing drawdown. So I'm probably gonna get end of the day drawdown though. I don't know. This win rate is also like I know it looks high, but realistically this is 65% or 60%. Um, with more data. Like I'd be surprised if I'm at a 70% win rate when I've done like 60 trades. If I'm that high, then bro, I should be buying 50 accounts and passing the evals easily. Like, but yeah, um, eval account is gonna be August, and I will be live recording all of it. Um, I'm gonna be live recording all of it, and that's when I'll get on TikTok because I haven't touched TikTok, at least my account. I haven't been posting anything because I don't have live recordings. Like I don't do live recordings, so I'm gonna start getting into live recording. It's just because I'm in class, bro. Like, and then also like I'm gonna leave it on for how long? Like 2 hours. I'm gonna be recording 2 hours of footage. So yeah. But anyways, that's that. That's my P&L and whatever. So, but you know, like my model is so easy, man. My model is so easy, bro. Could have caught this right here. Could have caught this long, easy peasy lemon squeezy, but it was in pre-market. Boom. This is a sharp. This doesn't even have a buy side liquidity. I mean, this could be considered buy side too, but this is buy side. This is not. This is the cleanest reversal I've ever seen in my life. This would be a break even right here. I mean, not break even, break of structure, but it isn't a break of structure because it the candle was up here and it would look like a break of structure, but it didn't create a fair value gap. So then you would have been like, okay, let me wait for a break of structure like an actual one, and then you see this. Then this is a break of structure, and then you go, okay, let me wait for one more candle, and then it makes a fair value gap. Boom. And then you're like, okay, let me enter off of that and put it in the midsection, long. Huh? Yo, what? Yo, I'm so confused. Hold up. Are these just big, like, Why do my why does this look so small? It's not so small. It's 20 points. Did I actually move 20 points? What is this candle? What? A 26 point candle. That's why it's making my shit look so small. What? Bro, that's crazy. I would have lost this trade if I entered off of this. I would have had my shit like right here. I would have got stopped out. Bro, I'm on the 15-minute fucking time frame. That's why it's making my shit look small, bro. Oh my god. Delete. Delete this. That's why I was like, what the heck? Why does the reversal look so clean? Bro. Okay. Alright, let's see this. This looks much more like my model, bro. Oh my god. Boom. Sell side. Buy side liquidity. So not uh, not that one. Right here. This one or this one. Either one's fine. They're both micro highs. Um, buy side liquidity, and then there's a fair value gap in here. This one where you go to 3 minute time frame and check the fair value gap. Boom. See that? There's always a higher time frame fair value gap. Check the 3 minute. You're like, okay, there's a fair value gap right there. So I'm gonna set up my BOS so it inverses this fair value gap. If it inverses it, which it does actually, then you go back to the 1 minute. You go and see inverses it. This would have inversed in like 5 seconds. It would have inversed it in 5 seconds. So yeah, and then you would see this, and it's pushing up. You would not enter off of that. You would wait for the retrace into this fair value gap right here. You will wait into this fair value gap, and then I need to find the 0.6 range. Loki, I wouldn't have even used this if I'm being honest. Let's be real. I wouldn't have used that. I would have had it around right here. I would have had it on this for like the inverse right here on the inverse. And then guess what? Boom. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then you've been like, okay, I want to cast the reversal. Well, you would have had to endure all of that. And then coming up here to make this look cleaner and actually find a clear buy side liquidity sweep. I mean, you could have. How much points is this? I'm more of the type of person to catch a short up here. So, wow, never mind. That shit looks like static. Never mind. He would not have entered that, but I could technically my setup is right there, but I'm not trying to. Yeah. So for tomorrow, the projections for tomorrow, bullish SMT shot everything up here. This is consolidating actually, so this could be a potential AMD. Um, this this AMD right here. This looks like an AMD. Like this would be. This is looking a lot like an AMD. And then it'll break out of this range. It would probably be down. And if it's down, then I'm probably looking for longs. And if it's up, that's probably looking for shorts. But anyways, yeah, I probably will make a video for tomorrow's trade, or I might just post it on the weekend. We'll see if I have time to make it. But yeah, that was the trades for this week. Won everything, by the way. So yeah, won this one, won this one, won this one, won this one. And then we're gonna end off the week tomorrow with CPI. Are we gonna have CPI tomorrow? No, we're not. Okay, tomorrow's gonna be a clean trade day, unless this guy tweets again. Like, but yeah, that's that. Anyways, hope you guys got your trades. Win, lose, it's all good. It's all good. Tomorrow's another day. Peace.